Alright guys, so this is a video that I've been saying I was going to do for a little bit now. I've had a couple videos where I've said I was going to do it, but now I'm finally getting down to it. This is the Super Mario Bros. 35 all-in-one video by Fans of Games. And what I mean by that is, this video is going to be a combination of first impressions, worst and best of all the series that I created. No versus probably though, because I don't really know how I would do a versus video for this. Anyway, let's get started here with I'm gonna go for lowest time. I'm just gonna go for lowest time because I've played a little bit before and I found that lowest time actually is best. I used to do attackers, but lowest time is the better way to go. And yeah, that's my really only strategy here. That and start with the fire flower, because you are gonna need one. And that's something that I actually kind of like about this game. I like how you can choose to start with the power up, and you can really strategize on how you're gonna win. You know, especially with a game like this, that's necessary. I don't know how this would have worked without it. Okay, so let's get that. Let's keep going. Alright, this is probably one of the most annoying levels to play. At least out of the ones I've played, though. I mean, I obviously haven't played 8 Castle. I mean, I've only played about 5 hours of this game, so I obviously haven't played every course. But I mean, out of the courses I've played, the cavern levels are probably the more annoying because they're more confined, which leaves you less room to to jump, and that can get annoying. Speaking of annoying, I really just gotta talk about these controls, because these controls just do not sit well with me. Why do you have to use the D-pad? I mean, I get it because you oh well, that just happened. Anyway, I get that you use the D-pad because, you know, it was on the NES controller, you know, you use the D-pad, try to be as authentic as possible, but at the same time, I don't really see why they couldn't have the joystick be an option, because it makes total sense if you ask me. You know, using the D-pad, especially on a Pro Controller, no, not on a Pro Controller, on the Joy-Cons, that is just not comfortable at all. So I don't know what they were thinking there. That, and they also force you to use Y and B to, to run and jump. You know, I'm sure there's many people who love that control method, but I'm honestly more of an A and X person. So having the option to use that too, it makes sense. Because, I mean, really, there is absolutely no good reason why they could not map that, why they could not map those two buttons to A, or why they couldn't map jump to A and run to X as well. So, that, I think, was just a missed opportunity. Just because I'm sure I'm not the only one who prefers that control method. But, yeah, it's easy to adjust to, but regardless, I still would prefer that kind of control method. You know, just stop and think about this for a second. Have you ever noticed how much stuff goes on in the background? Like, there's a whole bunch of Goombas and enemies flying around to each individual person, and that's kind of, that's a lot of stuff going on. There's very few people who are not getting attacked right now. And those people have already left. Yeesh. These people are going fast. These people really are... At least the people I was playing with, I mean, yeah, granted my skills are pretty rusty, but they zoom through this. They're going fast. And I mean, that's part of the strategy too, just get good at the courses. That, and always try aiming for the top of the flagpole, spam your fireballs, kill as many enemies as possible, grab fire flowers whenever you can. Because not only will they boost you if you don't have one already, but if you do have a fire flower, as you've seen on multiple occasions in this video, you get an additional 15 seconds added to the timer. which is quite important. Especially when you're trying to reach that first place rank, which I am sad to say I have not reached yet myself. Even as of recording this video, I still have yet to actually get that far, but in all honesty, I kind of don't think I'm gonna want to, because this game, you really have to put up a fight, and I mean, this is definitely a neat thing and all, but I wouldn't consider myself this dedicated to, what kind of genre of a game would this even be? Is this a mixture of platformer and fighter? No, it wouldn't be a fighter game. That wouldn't make sense. I mean, really, I guess we could just call it a platformer, but again, this just doesn't make sense. Why, or the genre. Wow, I kind of running out of things to say there, but alright, this round, I have a feeling something good's gonna happen. In case you're wondering, I always choose the water levels because I like the water levels in Super Mario Bros. I don't know why. I just think that they're really fun and different compared to the other themes in the game. You know, the castles are so confined, caverns are a little less confined, open world, or the grass theme is obviously the most open world, but, you know, I still like the water levels to be... The water levels are just more interesting in my opinion because they play differently. Alright, not talking about how much I love water levels. Did you notice how as soon as I started, my screen was basically already filled up with enemies? That's how fast these people go. You know, they just spam your screen with enemies. And in a way, it's impressive. You know, I mean, I've done it myself. That's why I always go for lowest time and I always spam the fireballs. But, you know, it can be stressful. It can be stressful, especially when you get to the top 5, because you know that there's a chance that you might actually make it. And, you know, the pressure is really on when it gets to that point, because not only are you worried about maintaining your lead, but you're also worried about getting points, having enough time, spamming the fireballs to get enemies onto the other player's screens to possibly get them out, while also trying to avoid the enemies that they throw at you. Really, it's a lot to take in. But let me tell you, even just getting 3rd place, you know, I've gotten a 2nd and 3rd place, and, you know, although it's not 1st, I didn't get the gold medal, it's still great because you made it to the top 3. You know, out of 35 people, you are one of 3 to make it to the point where you can get those little medals. I know that didn't really sound too interesting there, but really, it is a great feeling to know that it's a feeling of accomplishment. That's what it is. And especially if you're a well, I guess completionists would like that too, where they, you know, it feels good to do something. I feel like completionists can relate. I really wouldn't consider myself a completionist, but anyway. Ooh, water level. Okay, let's do it. Alright, so the problem here is I didn't come in with the fire flower, and this is probably the biggest issue with these water levels, is that the pressure, like, it's almost like the water pressure is pushing you down. And how am I avoiding all these bloopers? I don't even know. I have a feeling it's just muscle memory and my brain's just like, alright, no, we gotta avoid these guys, they're bad. Okay, so I somehow made it without losing any HP, but that didn't help me at all because that was just kind of a wasted 20 seconds. Probably, well, actually no, that was more 30 seconds, I think. Because, of course, I didn't come with the fire flower, or else I could have just started spamming bloopers and Cheep Cheeps onto people's screens. You know, that would have been cool, right? That would have increased my chances of winning. Oh, wait. Okay, how many people are left? Alright, it looks like 8 left, including me. I think that's 8. I'm trying to focus right now. So, I'm probably not counting accurately. It's probably less now, but I don't know. Or maybe even more, I don't know. Alright. Just avoid that guy, because sometimes if you're going for the enemies in the little crevices, it's just best to avoid them because you're more likely to get hit. Alright. I took a peek on some of the other screens, and, I saw Bowser's. Bowser, but when you get a Bowser, it's scary, man. It's scary. Alright, any of these have a fire flower? I need coins, but I also need a fire flower because I don't have a roulette thing available. See, I really should have started collecting coins. That would have been nice. And that's another strategy I have for you. Collect coins and... Oh, come on! There was like... what place we get? I think I got 7th. Man, that sucked. 9th? What? 9th place? No way. Man. I must suck at counting. Because I am pretty darn sure I at least got 7th, but I mean... Oh, well, there probably were more players that I just didn't count originally. Now, how long have you guys played this game? I'm kind of curious to know, because we're kind of moving to a new topic now. This game's replay value, it's kind of cool as I just want to play a quick game of something with other people, but... Oh, okay, I guess I figured out a genre now. Online platformer. Yeah, I didn't think that would exist, but it does now. Well, I guess Mario Maker does, so... I guess Mario Maker counts as that too. Anyway. Yeesh, what was I gonna say? I lost track of my thought. Alright, the replay value. That's what I wanted to talk about. The replay value of this game, in my opinion, it really doesn't exist. And, I mean, it's not like this game isn't fun, and it's not like I won't ever replay it, but, I mean, this was fun for the first couple days. And then it kind of got, I don't want to say boring, but it definitely, I mean, this is just my opinion again. It just became less interesting to me because the same thing happens. Most of the time, you're gonna just be playing 1-1 and 1-2 and maybe one castle every now and then, but that's about it. Every other course that you get is just pure luck if you get a variety of courses. And that's not necessarily fun. You know, I want a fun experience. And like I said, it's not like this game isn't fun, but I just don't see myself going back and replaying it. Really, I think the best part is when you get I think the best part's probably just when you know that you got a knockout, or when you got somebody out. It's because like, yeah, I'm being vicious or something like that. I don't even know. It depends on how you wanna perceive it. Yeah, is this good like am I going to like an inner thoughts talk? I don't even know. Nah. Let's go with 3-2. Let's spice some things up. Okay, so when you get the warp zones, this is one of the things I like about 1-2 though, is the warp zones. They offer a decent, you know, when you're in the warp zone, there's a good chance that you'll start playing courses that you haven't played normally. Or like that you haven't played before, or haven't played in a while. No, it's just me, or does this level feel like it was from the Lost Levels? I don't know why, but I'm getting Lost Levels vibes when I play that. Alright. Oh, wow, this video is almost 14 minutes long. This video is over 14 minutes long, so I'm gonna end it here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.